out of the end zone, but here, this is what he's known for, obviously, the ability to use those hands, get around the left tackle cross.
Lions, you're going to have a tight end trying to block Myles Garrett. He's going to make you pay.
Was that close, and it looked like Parsons was going to do what Houston did earlier and swipe the ball out of the quarterback's hands. You saw the uppercut with that left hand, and if he had caught the ball, it would have gone flying. Give credit for
time we've really seen him flash since he's been coming back from injury, and this time just a really good job.
Garrett going up against Taylor Decker. There's not enough time for Goff to sit there and allow for routes to develop, these deep over routes to develop. You see the bend by Myles Garrett getting around the corner.
He's on the inside, but watch the get off by Barrett Browning. In a sprinter stance, they try to chip with a tight end, but I'll tell you.
Time to be a closer, correct?
Absolutely. I talked to one of his former teammates this week, Kyle Van Noy.
As you see Chris Jones, it's a screen pass on the play before. This time he knows it ain't.
And I'm not sure why he pulls this football. They're trying to.
Myles Garrett working against Taylor Decker, and look how quickly
Dak is going to have to do tonight. I mean, there just isn't any doubt. So far in this game.
State also at Denver, he's settled in as an edge player in this defense, and his pass.
Parsons now, when he goes inside, instead of it being a tight end that's going to help, you're going to see the back step up. So it's still a double team on Micah Parsons.
Unit on 4th down and 3.
And that's Myles Garrett putting a little pressure. Now, remember, everyone is used to all the sacks and
spin away. Here's Campbell up at the top. Nice little. How about that swim move and the speed? He jump cuts away from Budda Baker right into the arms of.
Watch 98. Watch how quick he is off the snap. He is gone. I think they were trying to wham him.
Here's the formation, and what you're looking at, Cornelius Lucas, he is off the ball. Did not help him one bit being backed up. Aiden Hutchinson, he got there so fast, he didn't even try to hit Flacco. He just took the ball, swatted at it.
Has no chance. Soon as Carter picks off Bredesen, he's home free to the QB.
Well, he's a franchise player on the edge. Remember, he had the big year in 23 with 17.5 sacks.
Coming around the corner. I mean, look at his bend. The ability to get a hand on Flacco. Flacco's strong enough to fend that off. And Jerry Jeudy, just another drop from the Browns wide receivers.
I mean, he's something. I mean, watch him just control the line of scrimmage. He's pushing it back and just finds his way. I mean, it's a big man that finds his way.
Tried to shovel it at the very end. You'll see Hunter coming off the right side against Dan Moore. It's a nice move by Hunter. That's a tough block. Flea flicker.
Top of your screen. And just took the rookie Kelvin Banks back to the quarterback.
Yeah, that was the other one, right? Sean McVay talked to us about population tackling. It helps when Jared Verse is able to stop Jonathan Taylor's feet. That's the one thing. You get that penetration, and all of a sudden, he's coming up to the line of scrimmage, and he's got to stop his feet. Now that's advantage defense because your pursuit's going to swarm him.
Jared Verse has been living.
Gap right in here and land in the backfield. That was a slow developing kind of play.
Let's take a look at Myles Garrett going against Penei Sewell. Gets up and around, and Jared.
It doesn't matter what it is. It is a touchdown saving play by Micah Parsons. I mean, he's going in.
This minute after attending the funeral of a loved one down in Mississippi.
Our thoughts and prayers with him and his family, and boy, did he just show up right there. He
Used by San Francisco here on the top side of the 2-minute warning. There's Davis making the play on ETN.
And I think that one of the goals is to try and get some more speed on the field. One of the
of Deculus almost untouched. Herbert couldn't step up anywhere. Had to get rid of the ball.
On Tui Pelotu.
Watch the block to the inside, and Tui Pelotu coming off the edge. You have to protect the inside gap. Jackson Dart has to be aware of that. If the slide protection was going that way, you know it's going to be picked up, but they're sliding back to the left. The tackle has to take the.
Vance Joseph likes the blitz.
and how effective they are. Pick anybody you want, and they run a little game here, and so now you get the inside pressure as well with the edge pressure. You know, Benito, he's there.
Watch Jordan Meredith, the center. He has Billings lined up right on top of him, and for some reason,
Aiden Hutchinson, just a tremendous job going against that backup offensive tackle.
Well, the down blocks right here inside, and then they're trying to pull people around. You see, it's not fooling Bryce Huff.
And then it just forces Jalen. There's nowhere to pull the trigger, so you...
And this is really just a great job of keeping him in the pocket, right? You can't...
Like the decision by Kellen Moore. You're showing blitz and you're dropping guys out, and he tried to sneak a run. But Deion Walker, that is just one heck of an effort individually.
Step into the backfield for a beautiful tackle for loss. Nobody likes that play as a D lineman because you want to be able to fire off.
Really the first time that we've seen Matthew Stafford have to hold the football. And it's just a four-man rush. It's a great job of pushing the pocket.
Just does a really nice job staying disciplined and making the tackle.
Game's first turnover.
One of the things that the Dallas Cowboys felt like with Jordan Love, he's a little loose with the ball. You see that long extension, and there is Houston to knock it out.
At left tackle, but now you'll see Hunter come around the edge. Watch the hand usage. Watch this. Step in, right arm pops off his left arm, and able to make the play. That is such high-level hand usage. People don't realize it.
4 down territory, though, for Washington. We will not talk about it after this play. 3rd and 14.
Well, first it's a pressure to the inside, which causes him to bounce to the outside, and then that's just the twist. Watch, outside he's going here and going here. They've had trouble with that combination rush. You got to remember, got a lot of backups along that offense. Lost this one, a loss of 1.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the key parts of the game is how do things happen out on the edge? Because just as you said, Kevin, this Rams defense has great edge play.
first blocked field goal for the Chicago Bears. Devin White is, I think, the proper terminology, vocabulary, shot out of a cannon. Look how fast he reads it. He just sprints one-on-one, takes a great angle.
Well, Christian McCaffrey's got to abort this fake. They're bringing 4 weak from the weak side. And if you are going to go with the fake, you got to stay up instead of cutting right there.
Join the party and stop the drive.
But watch just the line of scrimmage. Look at all the gold hats in the backfield. Fred Warner gets a piece. Luter gets a piece, and then there comes the cavalry. Strength in numbers for Salas.
You know, there he is, number 20, coming in. Lou Anarumo is really, really good at designing things with the secondary coming off. I mean, that was Mike Hilton's wheelhouse. I mean, he's amazing.
See him on the left side. Swims the rookie Simmons and then just extends.
Well, that's one of those ones that if you're not careful, you could have that ball stripped from behind.
You thought the same thing,
yeah.
Right?
Big sack for the Raiders. It really doesn't get much better than this. They're trying to take advantage of the inside three, and just as Jackson comes off on Devin White, he lets Wilson go right up the pipe for another sack.
Moment the ball pops free because of Deron Payne. Can you have an announcer's curse on a fumble? Because I think that's the first ever. Although they kept the ball. It's a loss of 6. And you talked about the Washington takeaways. They don't have any, but they're...
That's Joe Bacci right there. We'll keep an eye on him. He recognizes. Now watch how he attacks. He's on the outside. He forces the runner back inside. If you come on that inside out and he can bounce off, you spin outside, you've got no contain outside. So just a really good angle.
Play better. Well, he's done just that.
He is absolutely doing that. Watch Simmons working against the left guard. Just olays him.
There's Vita Vea going over Landon Dickerson. You got Hall over there trying to make it, and then Vita cleaning it up. And Dickerson feels it too. 2 negative plays to start the second half. This team needs a little bit of juice coming out of halftime.
Petrie's going to come from the left. He times up the snap perfectly. You don't even see him yet. And then right when the ball snapped, here he comes. The Titans didn't see him. No answer for him. That is what Jalen Petrie does. Last week he had 3 passes defense and an interception.
So Granderson would be right in here. Working against Vandermark. Well, watch how quick he is to the quarterback. Just a quick move, a stutter step, and he ends up going from Vandermark inside up in the playoffs. And watch Jordan working against Vandermark. We said this was going to be a key matchup. And finally, they've got them in a position where Buffalo's throwing the football from the pocket, and Cam Jordan.
You'll see eventually Arden Key will get in there. But I thought Stroud did a nice job actually stepping up, navigating the pocket. He wanted to throw it to Marks, but Cedric Gray, the linebacker,
who closed in a hurry.
Yeah, what a move by Milton Williams right there. Arm over on Lewis, and Lewis is a damn good football player, but
as Frankie Louvu got home, it's going to go down as a sack. Penix also took a shot from Jalen Holmes.
Yeah, this all started with Eddie Goldman up front, making Penix pull up on this play-action boot that he was trying to run, and then Frankie Louvu.
And you're going to see Edwards. Watch this stunt. You got to pass it off, right? So Skoronski, he needs to see that earlier and not get eaten up by Hunter. Watch Danielle Hunter, left side of your screen. He doesn't buy it. He is waiting for Cam Ward. So DK wants to try to throw it over there. Not happening. Actually made the right decision to tuck it away. That's a smart play.
Kind of holding on to the ball to extend plays. Baker in the pocket right here. Gets a blitz from Bond. Again, Bond, a great blitzer. And then sometimes those hands are a little bit wet. It's really sweaty down there. Doesn't take much. Just like to clip Bond's toe. And that pressure, that nature of the Phillies defense, they want to swarm the ball. And as soon as Bucky bounces to the outside, he's got to deal with Ringo there. And next thing you know,
Baptiste read it perfectly.
I want you to watch this right here. Jean-Baptiste is going to kind of blow everything up when he takes. Ray McLeod's supposed to be passed already, but he's not able to because of the penetration from the defense, and it takes the entire play out of what they wanted.
Yeah, you see Queen here at the bottom. They just leave him completely unblocked.
Like I said, the Giants like to play a lot of man-to-man coverage, but when talking to defensive coordinator Shane Bowen, he said, we have to mix it up against Justin Herbert. He's too good. So right here,
Zach Harrison's right here. He's going to make an inside move, and the guard's just going to kind of leave him alone. It seems like he thinks he has center help, but he doesn't have the center help, which then just gives him
the Chargers about Walker. Watch the inside. And he just talked, Joey just kind of laughed, remember?
6 or more at the highest rate. Here they go. They're bringing 6 again. And it's just overwhelming. A lot of backup offensive linemen. What they're doing here on the backside, they leave Watt and Benton both unblocked. Remember, School 67, he's in there now at right tackle. Brian O'Neill, the starting tackle, went out early after getting injured on field goal team. And I promise you, the play design on play action is not to leave both defense. Bring backside free safety to the open side. Deshaun Elliott, we saw him have to pick earlier. Great job there by Mason picking him up. Yeah, they do a really nice job. You can see Herbig, he starts here. He's going to end up being the late looper, and he kind of cleans it up. Patrick Queen kind of gets the initial pressure that moves him up in the complex. It's just 3 bigs, and Sayamalu, the left guard's just late getting out there. Just seems like a simple rush to be able to sort out if you're the Steelers' offensive line, and that's the second time now today we've seen the interior of this offensive line just leave a guy. Herbig's going to run, and TJ Watt's going to go inside, so that forces the flush to be to the quarterback's right. That's what allows Herbig to kind of run that. Important the pass protection's going to be. The problem is they fan on this side. They just completely void Redmond. They leave him unblocked in the middle of the field. And Zach Frazier, Mason McCormick, listen, they've invested, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've invested the last couple of years in 4 offensive linemen, and they have not gotten a lot of results here.
Drop back. Watch him right out here. He kind of gets into that gray area. Is he going to sit up? Then at the last second he drops, so he decides when he gets out, he needs help. And let's see how the receivers do here. It's right now. You got to respond. Let's see if anybody works with him. Not really until Marvin Harrison turned. Witherspoon here, Jobe here on the other side. And watch Jobe up at the top. Doesn't give up on it. Witherspoon's there as well. Good job of keeping their eyes on the football. Knew exactly where they needed to go to take Murray down.
I mean, he's been one of their most consistent defensive linemen. He has had a heck of a 2-year run.
Trigger pressure. That's Phillips going in. Douglas, you're trying to stunt for that run game. And it's a really good job of Rush. And then
brought the house. Just for the second time tonight has Vance Joseph brought the blitz. They're trying to run a pick up top on Surtain, but there's just not time.
I believe that was Rapp, the safety. Oh, excuse me, that's Bernard, the linebacker, who came right through. And you saw the communication that New Orleans had, Jason, up front, trying to get the right blockers, and they still created a gap.
In the NFL, here's another example.
Just a twist to the inside. He's not outside the tackle box, but even if he is outside the tackle box.
Situation for him throughout his entire career, and something Seattle's tuned into with these quick throws. Like I said, he's second lowest target per depth per pass, and they're expecting these quick throws that time on the screen.